Well, do you wanna so walk us through, deving.zone. So, yeah, do you wanna, like what's the overall gist of the site? Like, what's your goal with it
Y-
for yourself and the user?
I mean, yeah, for me, it's just like at the moment I mean, there was a transition between the Terra site and the new one because I let it like dormant for like a year and a half or stuff, and then started tracking stuff for Maya chain. And then because Cosmos, I mean, THORChain is actually also Cosmos SDK based. So the smart contract logic and indexer stuff could be reused. And then recently I removed all the Terra V1 stuff and really switched like to make it more like for the Omni-chain, like the THORChain as the infrastructure and Ruchira as like the app layer and also all the different teams building around. Because I still think there is a lot of teams and projects which are building right now, and too many or not a lot of people are aware what they actually already built and what's already there to use. So yeah, for me, it's more like make the whole ecosystem a little bit more visible. And it's not about building like another block explorer because there is also a lot of nice other projects from a lot of cool guys. I would say there is a lot of because that was really cool to see in the THORChain community that there were so many like community tools, like also the I don't have the URLs right now, but you know there are all these like small sites with tools and block explorers, and also now
Mhm.
Boone also built some like tracking for this, and then the Ruchira data guy built like an interface for this. So yeah, there is still a lot of let's say domains where you can actually go to and actually interact with THORChain.
I love it. And here
Cool.
you are building something, similar. You are keeping on with that. I love when people take initiative and just build really cool things. Started with Cal, shout out to Miller Cal, Rune.tools, now Boone.tools stepping up, and now deving.zone, right? I love it. And particularly to Kenton's point, right? We have this huge untapped well of community, especially from the Terra Luna days where they love Station Wallet, they love the primitives, they love the UX and the experience, and I'm hoping we can not only copy that UX, but actually improve upon it as well. So I'm excited, man. Maybe this is the time to screen share, and maybe we can go through your site and kind of just see what you got. Awesome. Here we go. Perfect.
Yeah, so yeah, I still struggle a little bit to actually organize the information on the site because it's not that easy to okay, what's like actual
So
It
the
true.
it's
structure?
not, man. Like, so it's on with the website, the
Yeah,
THORChain.org site, like, it's like writing a giant essay, giant report, and I'm like, "Man, how do I organize all this and make it simple and lay it out?" And, like, it's a lot harder than it sounds.
yeah. I mean, there
So
is
I
also
feel
like
you.
the term information architecture, which is actually what it is. That you need to architect how you want to present all the information. And yeah, so at the moment it's still a little bit back and forth. I split it like this is like Tor L1, so you have like the really the layer one stuff, right? So actually THORChain. And then um, is like more DeFi, which is Ruchira and some other products. And then it's more about the whole ecosystem, which like the teams, the projects, also the DAOs, because DAO also launched on THORChain. So there is working DAOs there. Then you have all the wallets, all the front ends, and some visualization. And then it's more about like data. And this is more like my playground to play around with the various APIs, be it like THORChain or Midgard or the new Ruchira analytics API. And then I have some really low level dev data, like all the contracts deployed, all the codes, all the sources of the codes. So this is more like really low level stuff and also like some THORChain internals. But at the moment, the focus is not on like operator or mimirs or voting. So it's more like the app layer and the swap part. Yeah.
I love it. You put a lot of work into the site, man, and that is actually a pretty interesting way, to Kenton's point, how difficult it is to take such an enormous
Yeah.
machine like THORChain and the app layer, of course, and to make it in a visually appealing way where people can dissect the information in an efficient manner, right? You've put a lot of thought into work into this website. I'm curious if you're going to support any swap functions on your direct UI, or do you intend on this to be specifically an information hub? Because I think you deserve a little affiliate fee for putting in this awesome work here, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you here in if you have the THORChain part, you have just some information about THORChain. I mean, I started with the AI. It's pretty cool to do stuff like that because before the layout was always like, yeah, I should hire a designer to make it like more design style. But now with the AI, it's pretty cool to actually also develop or backend mostly, also do some front end polishing without having to hire a front end developer or engineer. And yeah, then I started, for example, with the blockchains. I mean, THORChain, that's pretty cool that you are connected to 13 different blockchain, and each of them is a little bit different. So my site is not really like it's not like a WordPress. It's actually a really application with like a database. So all of these are actual records. Like this is a network, and so it's all structured information, which later also enables some pretty cool functions because if you go to one of the chains, let's say Avalanche, then you can also see all the meta information. And now recently I added like all the routes and all the pairs, or if you want to see, okay, this is the Avalanche, which actually has multiple chains on it, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff to play around.
That's
And
freaking
Wait, what are those
cool.
connections? Like, are those actual trades, or is it just you just kinda made a cool graphic?
no, that's just all the pools, the
All the
L1 pools.
on THORChain, okay.
On THORChain, yes. So let's say let's pick another one. I mean, Bitcoin is an easier one because here you only have the Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
No other coin on this chain. But actually, you have either you can switch to, let's say, Litecoin, or on Ethereum, there is 16 different coins actually on the Ethereum chain which are available to swap.
I
And
gotcha.
now they are just collapsed. And if you click on it, you can actually see all the tokens on Ethereum and their pools, the swap pools.
That's pretty cool, man.
And you can also click on the edges here because actually this is the L1 route, BTC. Let's say to. I mean, there is also a lot of weird token. I'm not aware what this, like the Tor token. I think it's from a wallet. And
Yeah,
yeah, there is some weird coins,
course.
but I mean, the USDC is the famous one, right?
Yeah.
And for
Do
example, here you have also like if you go to the list of all the pools, and then you go to like one pool. I mean, you can see basically it's like a little bit search engine testing with all the routes. And this is actually now the route from BTC to USDC. And at the moment, there is no interface here on the site. I just had a deep link to STO and the one to Ruchira. So back to your question, Danny, I'm not sure yet at the moment if I should add my own interface for swapping or if I just deep link to one of the providers. And I'm also not sure if any of them actually embedded a like affiliate fee, or if you need to get the affiliate fee. I mean, normally you also need to actually provide the front end, right?
so so the answer is no. At least on THORChain. I'm pretty sure Rajira well, actually, I think Rajira is working on one. They might already have it, I don't know. But I can tell you from THORChain side, there is none, no deep link affiliate fee yet. And so I've been talking to Chad and Randy about it. I'm like, "Guys, I think we really need to do this where instead of" and, like, this is your perfect example, Severin. So you can have a site like yours, instead of you adding your own interface or adding on, affiliate fee on top of the THORChain fees, you just have a deep link to our swap interface. It registers your Thor name, and then you get a percentage of the THORChain fees. And, 'cause I feel pretty strongly that, just adding the fee on top of THORChain isn't enough for adoption. Um, and, people that are smart, they're gonna know they can sidestep your website and go straight to thorchain.org and skip the affiliate fee, right? So, um, I don't know that we're gonna be able to scale to the like 100x, 1000x our volume just with affiliate fees on top. I think we have to give a referral fee too. So, so stay tuned for that, Severin. Just keep an eye on us, what we're doing. Um, and when it's ready to go, would love to have you as the first one. Um, but it is something I want to do and push forward.
As I know
Yeah,
Kenton really appreciates that link to STO, that just makes his heart, so happy, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that as well.
Well,
We
and
that's awesome.
I'm sorry, Danny, I'm interrupting you.
Go ahead, brother, you're good. No, go ahead.
No, and I appreciate your work too, Severin. I mean, you put a lot of work into the site. The last thing you need to do is spend more work creating a swap interface, right? Like you should just be able to link, just be able to link to us and get paid for it. So, um, cool. Yeah. So I appreciate that. Thank you, and in your interest to do that. So
cool.
let's definitely we'll stay in
Yeah, I
touch.
mean, I already tried to actually build like a swap interface myself, like a year ago or so. But the hard part was actually to make it because this whole thing is like built with Ruby on Rails, and it was super hard to integrate the JavaScript with this whole pipeline and stuff. And but nowadays with the I retried it and I did some small proof of concept because I mean, the like all the wallet connect is like a super pain. And because it's a lot of wallet, because I saw that with Ruchira as well, like connecting to 13 chains with like 20 wallets is like crazy amount of work. And but I recently did some small prototyping and it was pretty easy to just make it work like with Kepler, which was also super cool to see to actually connect to a wallet on the website. But I was using it for a different feature because there was always my idea to have like a super small donation feature. And recently I actually built it. So there is now a small link here on the donation page, which then you can actually choose an amount and just connect, and it just connects with Kepler. And it actually works and it calculates the rune and it sends to a target address.
Zoom in a bit here in case somebody's watching the video wants to take a shot with their phone.
I'm not sure about the QR codes because, I mean, in the end, it's just the address. I was also researching about these payment URLs because, yeah, I mean, sending payments is still a little bit of pain, even if crypto is 10 years old. There is no like defined scheme for opening the app and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So, yeah.
curious.
Oh, sorry?
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'm curious, the whole point of having, like, let's say, memoless on THORChain is to abstract away a lot of the complexity. I don't know if you've tried to dabble with that at all to maybe just get like a temporary, swap feature with just memoless only. I actually need to ask, and obviously we're paused right now, so it's kind of irrelevant. But I wonder if that's something you've tried to play with.
Not yet, because here it was super simple, just about sending like to another address, right? And even that was like with the JavaScript. First, it was like yeah, pretty complicated, but then it's super easy in the end to just send some stuff. And I mean that's just a message send in the end, right? And the other thing is more about the swap. I mean, I was following this memoless swap, and I think now the implementation is the one with the encoded in the last bits of the amount. But yeah, I definitely want to have a look at, but at the moment I don't have a wallet, which I mean, yeah, but it was just not a high priority to build actually a own swap.
And that's another thing too. So we want to build a widget so that for like
Yeah,
yourself, Severin, you can just a few lines of code, have the widget on your site, and the first version one of that will just be memoless because that'll be the easiest for us to roll out. And in theory, should be the easiest for your users. They can use any wallet, whatever. Um, so that's. I have a few other things I want to prioritize on STO first. I want to get. I think we need to get the pool page, liquidity providing done, the Thor name, and the affiliate. How to manage your if you're an affiliate, how to manage your affiliate address and your affiliate fees. I want to get those pages done so that when we start going to people to incorporate the widget or the deep link or whatever, it's easy for them to manage their Thor name and their affiliate fees and everything like that. So I'm hoping to get that stuff done in the next, like, 2 weeks. We'll see how the Ensemble guys do, and with, with any bugs or issues we have to fix along the way. Um, but then once we get those the Thor name and affiliate pages up, then I think we're gonna work on the widget. So, um, so soon TM, we'll have that widget. It's
Yeah, like
definitely we're closer to it than away from it.
nice, nice. Yeah, so I was just playing around, and then I also like started tracking like addresses, because I mean there's like the core module of the bond modules and stuff, which are also like normal addresses, but then you also have like all the smart contracts. And then yeah, it got pretty expensive. So I mean here in the THORChain, it's basically just the chains and the pools. And then for the Ruchira here, it's more about the assets, because it was quite a pain on THORChain. There's a lot of different kind of assets. You have like here like the app layer token, which are actually from the smart contracts. So meaning like this, yeah, also even Brune or all the tokens from the actual smart contracts. But you
Or
also have
are those secured assets?
no,
No?
because they are like minted by the smart contracts on the THORChain. Let's say the receipt token for your deposit of lending, or all these tokens. And
Okay.
these, they are not a secured asset, but then you also have the secure asset, as you said, like all the secured asset, and also the native tokens, which are more like the one that are instantiated by THORChain itself, and all the migration token and stuff like that. Because that's what actually started my site for the new part, was like that for the Ruchira, I built this like the migration tracker, where we could track like who has migrated, and also like all the um, yeah, you could I mean it's basically on chain, right? So you can see that these guys swapped that many Gucci and they got that many. So here was like a tracking of the whole merger process, each contract, where there were like 6 or 7. So yeah, that's how. I mean, now it's deprecated because the migration is done. There is still the migration pending for the Auto and the Manta, which is now liquidity. And yeah, so that's how I restarted the site actually. And then I started adding like basic data, like for the ecosystem.
Sorry, Severin, can we go back to DeFi? You got TCY on there. I'm curious why you have TCY under the Rajira button.
Because it's DeFi for me. That's what I mean. I maybe should remove the two logos here, but
Okay.
I mean, yes, it's L1 somehow, but I mean the effect is like you get a yield on something. Uh, so yeah, I'm not sure if it's actually matching into L1. For me, it's more like a DeFi product now as it exists.
Okay.
But yeah,
Can we
still
see
not.
what do you have on the TCY page? What does it show?
Yeah, it's basically an explanation of how the yield share token works and why it exists. And then there is also like a small link to the TCY website uh, to manage the TCY.
Great.
And here is also like various kind of links to all the different tools there are, like from Rune Tools, because this is something I want to extend in the future, because there's a lot of projects and links flying around, and some of them are super nice. And I don't like bookmarks, so I rather build them in my site to actually use them.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and then here I started tracking like actual the DeFi products of Ruchira, like the order book trading, which yeah they built, which I think it's quite a nice product, because and at the moment it's 28 markets trading. I mean, yeah, it's they trading, even the deposit and withdrawal are halted at the moment. And yeah, so this is more like a little bit more information about these products, and then always like a deep link to their docs or to their website, and also the same for land and borrowing. And yeah, And then what I really think is now pretty cool is like I started tracking like the basic things, like the teams, the projects, the different front end, different wallets, and they are all linked together. And yeah, if you have a team or I mean, I started from the app layer, right? So there may be a lot of teams in the layer one missing, but yeah, I think we can also easily add them. Because if you look at the teams, there's a lot of teams building, like from the THORChain team, including everybody behind the THORChain brand. Then the Maya chain, Ruchira, DAO, which deployed their DAO tooling, liquidity, which actually is a DAO managing capital on Ruchira. Then the Cacao Swap guys, which more maybe Maya and Yum allocated. Then Station Wallet, the Aucho Ruchira guys for the automation, the Mocha guy, which I really like with their solution. I highly recommend having everybody look at them. Redacted and Calc for like automation and DCA. So, I mean, that's just like the surface, let's say.